Welcome back to Crypto Tutorial. Onto this video, I think it is working right now. Welcome back to Crypto Tutorial. Onto this video, I would like to discuss the current cryptocurrency market, how it's currently performing, and how it will be performing during the upcoming days. So that is absolutely something I think is very important. And let's take a quick look at what we are seeing. Firstly, I would like to actually talk about what the cryptocurrency market is showing us, and as well how Bitcoin is actually performing so far. But what I must admit is that if you could follow me on Twitter, that would be highly appreciated. Down below in the description below, info and social, you will be able to find the link towards my description. So that is actually absolutely highly appreciated if you could follow me down below on Twitter. Let's get started and let's take a quick look at what we are seeing on the Bitcoin chart. What we can clearly see, I opened up already the daily time frame, and what I think is absolutely important is that we are actually seeing still very important to me is that we are creating this higher lows on the daily time frame. It does actually look very good to me. And as well, what I think is important is that we have seen already multiple touch points, already 3 touch points on top of this ascending support. So therefore, if we see right now a further decline in price action, for sure this over here will be a stronghold due to the fact that we are seeing this ascending support being found below us. So that is for sure something very important as well. If I enable the EMA ribbon, you can clearly see that on the daily time frame we are still getting supported by the EMA ribbon. That is absolutely marvelous due to the fact that we are actually getting supported by it. And still, if we do see a stronghold being found on top of this range at 56,000 US dollars, it is likely that we are actually going to see a continuation towards the 65,000 US dollars. And what is most importantly, that we will still be supported by the EMA ribbon. So that is something quite good to know. But personally, I think it is actually quite likely that we are going to retest this ascending support on the daily time frame before we are going to head further towards the upside. And I think that is actually quite nice because we will be able to purchase cryptocurrencies, and especially Bitcoin, at quite a cheap price. So that is something I for sure need to admit that I am looking forward to. And as well, let's take a quick look at a few other things. So above us is a ascending level of resistance. We have seen already multiple daily candles getting rejected at this point in time, and that is for sure something quite important. And also at the beginning of this ascending resistance, we did see a rejection. Once we broke down below it, we did see the chart willing to actually re-enter, getting above it, but unfortunately it got rejected and we traded below the 200-day moving average as well for quite a long time. This was actually from May all the way until let's say September. So for all of you who didn't, this is May, September, what we are seeing here, and we traded below the 200-day moving average. Yes, right now we are quite far above the 200-day moving average, but Bitcoin can be very overextended overall. So I must admit this does look very good, but we are still inside of this rising wedge. And what I wanted to show all the people who are actually watching right now is that if we do see a breakout, and I would like to place my measurement a little bit more, yes, exactly aligned with the chart. So if we do see a breakout outside of the spiral, and eventually on the daily time frame, we will be heading towards a 38.2% breakout on Bitcoin once we see a continuation above this ascending resistance. Once we see a breakout above this range, a 38% move all the way towards the 87, and actually way higher, all the way towards the $99,000 will be taking place. So this is for sure something you would like to monitor in the broader time frames. In the bigger picture, you would like to monitor this move. But if we do see, for example, a breakdown occur, this could be as well a 38% breakdown, as you can clearly see. Oh, well, no, this will be a 50% breakdown. I'm sorry for that. And what is actually good to know is that we will be heading once more towards the $29,000 range. Well, I think that would be actually quite absurd. But what I must admit is that I would like to see Bitcoin absolutely hold strong on top of this range at approximately 51,300 and $54 US. Otherwise, I will be getting a little bit more careful or doubtful about if the overall market is heading towards the upside, or if we will be seeing further decline in price action, heading perhaps towards that $29,000 level. Well, what I must admit is that I do not think this is actually the case, but what we can take a look at right now is what the immediate short term is showing us. So therefore, I would like to head towards the 1 hourly time frame, and let's take a quick look at where we're currently at. So for sure, what I think is important is that if I disable the EMA ribbon and the 200-day moving average, you can see the thin white line where we are currently holding strong on top of. So this line was actually quite important due to the fact that we found support on top of it. We did find resistance underneath it several times. You could clearly see several rejections on the 1 hourly time frame, but as well, if we take a look at the 4 hourly time frame, it will be looking actually quite similar. We will be actually seeing as well those rejections taking place, as you can clearly see underneath, and support being found on top. So that does actually look very similar. And if we do take a look at, well, let's say further in the past, you can clearly see that this was a stronghold for sure, due to the fact that we found support on top, support on top, support on top. Here, even here, we did find support on top and even more support on top, but as well multiple times resistance underneath. So therefore, this is a major level of support and resistance where we are currently trading at, and I am actually quite glad that we are actually finding a stronghold on top of this range. Well, this being said, I would like to take a look, as I said previously, to the immediate short term, what the possibilities are on Bitcoin. So yeah, let's get started by taking a quick look at the RSI and as well the money flow index. So on the RSI, we can clearly see that we were creating these lower highs. Clearly we have been forming those, but what I think is absolutely important right now is that we are actually seeing a bullish divergence taking place on the 4 hourly time frame. Therefore, this is quite a significant bullish divergence. Why am I seeing this? It's mostly due to the fact that, well, let's take a quick look. Yes, we can clearly see that we are forming a slightly lower high on the chart, and we are forming a higher high, clearly lower low on the chart, and clearly we are forming a higher low on the RSI. Therefore, we are seeing right now a confirmed bullish divergence, and this could be actually helping Bitcoin right now hold strong on top of the range where we are currently trading at approximately $56,000. So this does actually look very good to me on the 4 hourly time frame. As well, what I think is absolutely good to know is that on the 4 hourly time frame, we are actually quite far below. This means that if we do see a further decline in price action heading towards the $51,000 range I discussed previously, a major stronghold of support on Bitcoin on the daily time frame, it is likely that we won't see a major decline actually taking place, due to the fact that we are actually quite nearby the dotted line on the lower part, and therefore if we do see a further decline, a reversal on the RSI is likely to occur, and as well an increase in price action afterwards is very likely to take place. So that does actually look very good on the RSI on the 4 hourly time frame. If we take a quick look at the 1 hourly time frame, we can see that on the RSI we have been creating as well this lower highs. We have seen lower highs ever since this point in time as well on the chart. And right now we are as well currently not seeing any type of bullish or bearish divergence, but it does look actually very good to me, due to the fact that we are actually on below the 50 area. And if we do see further decline, as I said previously, once we drop below the dotted line, it is likely that we are going to see a reversal taking place. So Bitcoin is actually right now looking to be holding strong on top of this $56,000 range so far. So this being said, I would like to enable as well the money flow index. On the money flow, you can clearly see that on the 1 hourly time frame, it does look a little bit different. We are actually heading way higher. Lots of people are right now purchasing Bitcoin. This is actually quite a good sign to me that right now we have been seeing a major, well, increase in people purchasing Bitcoin. But what I think is quite unfortunate is that if we compare this to this point in time, we are actually creating a higher high on the money flow, and right here we were creating a lower high on the chart. Therefore, this is a bearish divergence on the money flow indicator, and this is actually quite negative overall. But what I think is actually good to know is that lots of people are right now willing to purchase Bitcoin at these cheap prices, and that is actually for the long term something absolutely marvelous to know. And what I must admit is that I think that lots of people are still waiting for Bitcoin to have a further setback before purchasing even more, such as I'm doing. I personally think that we will be heading towards the $51,000 range, as I talked previously, on top of the 0.618 Fibonacci, approximately at $51,354. And this is actually also where I will be actually entering lots of long positions, and as well I will be actually purchasing more crypto and especially Bitcoin at spot prices. So this is something quite important to know. And if you are right now as well willing to enter the cryptocurrency market and you still do not have any type of exchange, do not forget that down below in the description you will be able to find the link towards Bybit, and first time depositors will actually be able to earn up to $3,500 deposit bonus. So do not forget to make use of this incredible deal on Bybit. As well, as I said previously, do not forget that as well the $51,000 range is actually a major level where you would like to purchase cryptocurrencies, and especially Bitcoin at that point in time. As well, let's take a quick look at what we're seeing on the MACD. On the MACD, what we are clearly seeing on the 1 hourly time frame is that we are actually seeing a momentum increase. We were heading towards a momentum crossover, but right now we are clearly seeing that the momentum is holding strong. We did not see a crossover occur several hours ago, and right now we are seeing a continuation of the momentum towards the upside. Well, what is this actually saying to us? I personally think that we will actually eventually see a crossover occur on the 1 hourly time frame, and that we will see actually a continuation of downward momentum, perhaps even further down. But right now, holding strong on top of this range is actually something absolutely marvelous for Bitcoin. But perhaps we are going to expect a minor decline in price action during the upcoming hours due to the fact that we are seeing a crossover almost taking place on the 1 hourly time frame. As well, if we take a quick look at the 4 hourly time frame, we are seeing the opposite occur. We are seeing momentum towards the downside actually losing its strength. And what is it showing us? It is showing us that we might perhaps expect, if we do see an increase in momentum, that we are going actually to see a momentum crossover on the 4 hourly MACD towards the upside, creating momentum towards the upside, and as well, while trading actually once more in between these ranges at 56,000 US dollar. And let's take a quick look what the upper part of resistance is. That is going to be at 59 US dollars. So perhaps we are going to trade in between these ranges for a while before breaking down further down, or we will be breaking out towards the upside. That is also for sure a possibility. Well, this being said, I would like to disable the MACD, and what I would like to talk about actually is something different. So yeah, we have seen this on Bitcoin. I must admit right now, I do not think we are actually going to see a further decline, but I must also enable the money flow on the 4 hourly time frame. On the 4 hourly time frame, we are seeing right now the money flow index, and what I must admit looks actually not very good to me is that we are seeing clearly a bearish divergence taking place. We are seeing this, we were seeing actually this higher high, and we were for sure seeing this lower high on the chart. So we were seeing a major bearish divergence playing itself out. Why is this the case? It's mostly because lots of people are right now actually purchasing Bitcoin, and for sure they are thinking right now Bitcoin is at cheap prices, therefore we are seeing an increase on the money flow, a major stream or a major purchase is going on right now. And once Bitcoin drops lower, I think we will for sure see once more a spike in the money flow, because lots of people are right now willing to purchase actually their Bitcoins at very cheap prices compared to prices that we have seen previously. As well, let's take a quick look at the comment section for the very first time, and I can clearly see that Roja Chiatu, sorry for my pronunciation, is willing to take a look at ETH and as well XRP. Well, as I discussed previously, what I personally think on the daily time frame, it is likely that we are heading towards the 51,334 US dollar. This is also the price action or the price where I will be personally entering long positions and as well purchasing even more crypto, especially Bitcoin. But of course, once we see a breakout occur above this ascending resistance with multiple touch points underneath, it is very likely that we will be seeing a leg of 38% towards the upside, heading once more all the way towards the all the way towards the $98,000. And this is for sure the legs that we will be waiting for. And if I just take a quick measurement, I think it will be happening a lot earlier, perhaps at this point in time. We will be saying it will be happening approximately around December and the first weeks of December, or perhaps later on during December. It is likely that we are going to see this exponential growth heading towards the 100K. Personally, I think it is quite unrealistic. I would see my next target on Bitcoin as the $87,000. I personally think that that is a target where we will be actually finding a stronghold on top before heading further. But for sure, we might see further increase afterwards. This being said, guys, I would actually like to take a quick look at XRP. Well, XRP right now, unfortunate, but we can take a quick look at the daily time frame. And what we are seeing here is, well, this ascending support. So this ascending support, I've talked about it for quite a while, and I think it is actually quite important to take this ascending support into consideration, especially because we did see multiple touch points on top of it before right now seeing a breakdown below it. So this is actually quite devastating to me for the overall price action on XRP. I must admit that this does not look absolutely marvelous. We are still creating this higher low structure, but if we do see a further decline on XRP right now, we will be creating, instead of a higher low, a lower low compared to our previous low, and that is something I personally think will be quite devastating for the overall trend. On the daily time frame, if I enable the EMA ribbon, you can clearly see that we are heading towards a crossover. The last time this occurred was on the 26th of September. Therefore, if we do see a breakdown underneath, we would like to see a rather quick recovery. Otherwise, we will be finding the EMA ribbon as a major level of resistance, as we did saw in the past, and this is absolutely something that we do not want to see once again occur, due to the fact that we will be for quite a long time underneath the EMA ribbon if this is the case, and we will see actually a major momentum decline as well. So right now, I must admit that on XRP, we would like to hold strong where we are currently at approximately $1.04. Well, we are a little bit a tad below it, but we would like to stay underneath or on top the 0.618 Fibonacci at $1.04. So that is for sure something important on the daily time frame. Lastly, I would like to discuss on the daily time frame the 200-day moving average. You can clearly see that we are right now still above the 200-day moving average after we broke out above it. This is the second time that we are actually heading towards finding support on top of it. This is for sure very interesting to me, and I think as well, for if you are right now willing to enter a long trade position on XRP, personally I'm waiting for a good opportunity as well. I think if we take a quick look over here, the $98 cents will be actually a great trading opportunity, due to the fact that I think we will be actually finding major strongholds of support at this point in time, and I think we will be retesting this range actually as well. Therefore, it is likely that we will be actually seeing a recovery from this point in time, and that is also a great trading opportunity just based on the 200-day moving average on the daily time frame. And lastly, let's take a quick look at the RSI. On the RSI, you can clearly see that it does look actually quite good. We are not seeing any type of bullish or bearish divergences, but if we do see a further decline in price action right now, we will start creating a if we do not see a further decline in price action, but we see a decline further on the RSI, we will start creating a bullish divergence, due to the fact that we will be creating a higher low and a lower low on the RSI. But this is not yet the case. Therefore, we would like to see a further decline, or we would like to see an increase in price action from this point in time. So this being said, let's take a quick look at the 4-hourly time frame. On the 4-hourly time frame, we can clearly see that we broke down below this range. We are right now finding actually clearly support on top of the 0.618 at $1.04. We have actually traded there for quite a long time previously, you can clearly see that for a while we traded for quite a while on top of this range. We have traded on top and underneath this range, and well, if I go further in the back, you can see that it has been a stronghold for quite a long time. And what I think is quite important as well is that you can clearly see that once we break down below this range, so if I just extend it for a little while, you can clearly see that once we break out above it, we do see major growth. Once we find support on top of it, we do see major growth afterwards. Support on top, major growth, support on top, and once we see a breakdown, it's actually quite a major breakdown below it. So right now, what I must admit is that we do not want to see a breakdown below this range, because we can expect a major breakdown below, heading towards the $95 range firstly, and perhaps even further down. So that is something you would like to take into consideration, that we want to hold strong right over here. We could see just a minor, as I said previously, on the daily time frame, I would like to enter my trades a little bit lower, but that is just because I think it is likely that we are going to see just a minor spike further down. But it does actually look very good right now on the 4-hourly time frame, especially if we take a look at the MACD. What you can see on the MACD is that we are seeing a crossover here on the 4-hourly time frame. This is actually showing us that we are experiencing momentum towards the upside, and if we do continue with this momentum towards the upside, I'm not concerned at all, because I think it is very likely that we are going to see further growth. But if we take a quick look to be a little bit more realistic about the immediate short term, I would like to place this descending resistance. Why is this descending resistance important? Is because what you can clearly see is that we could perhaps head once more towards a retest of this range on the 4-hourly time frame. And once we do, we would like to see a breakout occur above it and heading once more towards the $1.10 range. Otherwise, it is likely that we are going to get rejected. And as you can clearly see over here, we have already been able to find, sorry for the drawings, I'm doing my absolutely best to show you what the possible scenarios are, but you can clearly see that we already found support on top of it, and well, several times. I would like to call this a confirmed trend line underneath us, a horizontal level of support. We have seen, well, multiple touch points on top of it, and we have also seen multiple touch points underneath this descending resistance. Therefore, this is as well a confirmed pattern, and this is a descending triangle. Well, how will I measure the breakout outside of this pattern? Well, let's take a quick look by placing it like this, and I think this pattern will be actually even more significant on the 1-hourly time frame. If we see a breakout occur, you can clearly see that it will be a breakout of approximately, let's take a quick look, 8.4%, and that would be heading all the way towards the $1.14 range. Personally, I think it is likely that we are just going to head towards the $1.10 range, find support on top of it, and perhaps find a stronghold above it, creating for the very first time once more a higher low, and that would be absolutely a trend reversal taking place over here. If we take a quick look at the EMA ribbon, the EMA ribbon is perfectly aligned with the descending resistance. Therefore, if we do see a breakout above this range, it will not only be a breakout above this previous descending resistance, but as well a breakout above the EMA ribbon, a major stronghold of resistance on top of us. And yeah, this is absolutely important. So if we do see a breakout, we will be for sure heading towards the $1.14, and perhaps afterwards just for a small tad accumulating on top of this range before heading even further towards the upside. But so far you have to monitor this very closely, because a rejection at this point in time is also very likely, and if we do see a rejection, we could expect a breakdown occur underneath this horizontal level of support. And if we do see a breakdown occur, the $0.95 range at 0.786 Fibonacci is actually very likely to get reached. So you have to take this into consideration, as both scenarios that are right now taking place on XRP. But for sure, this crossover on the 4-hourly MACD is helping the overall trend towards the upside, and this clearly showing us that there is strength right now in the current market, but we would like to see way further movement towards the upside before being able to break out above this major level of descending resistance. Well, this being said, I would like to take a quick look at the MACD on the 1 hourly time frame and as well at this pattern. Well, if we take a look at the pattern on the 1 hourly time frame, we can clearly see that on the 1 hourly time frame, it's a small tad different. Perhaps might be drawing it on the 1 hourly time frame for all of you, so we have a somewhat better look at what we are seeing over here. I will just measure this like this for a small moment to see if we are seeing, well, yeah, I think this is a better pattern right now. So we are seeing, well, there we are. We have seen multiple touch points on top of this ascending support. I would also call this almost asymmetrical triangles instead of a descending triangle, but that's something else to discuss. But we have seen multiple touch points on top of this horizontal level or ascending level of support, and we have seen as well multiple touch points underneath this descending resistance. So this is important, and right now on the 1 hourly time frame, we are once more also experiencing momentum towards the upside. Absolutely important that we are heading towards that breakout above this descending resistance on the 4 hourly time frame, but as well the EMA ribbon. And what I think is absolutely good to know is that we are experiencing major momentum towards the upside. This is absolutely a great trading opportunity for people who are right now watching this live stream. So do not forget that you do not want to miss out on this possible trade and breakout towards the upside. This being said, I would like to take a quick look at what the EMA ribbon is showing us on the 1 hourly time frame. Well, for sure, right now is quite a important moment due to the fact that a 1 hourly candle that we are clearly seeing right now, yes, XRP is for sure pumping. We have seen already today during this candle has been approximately 2.3%. So this is a major candle towards the upside. It is absolutely marvelous. And what you are seeing over here is that we are trying to break out above the EMA ribbon. So for sure, it's trying to retest this descending resistance. And what I think is absolutely important is that we are right now already retesting the EMA ribbon on the 1 hourly time frame, clearly showing major strength on XRP. And if we do see a continuation breaking above this descending resistance, we will be heading towards that $1.10 range. So right now, I still think this is a major trading opportunity, especially once we break above this descending resistance. And I will be saying to you right now that I will be entering this trade for sure. So I'm waiting for this short on sand, but as well, I will be entering this major trade on XRP once oh, whoa, it's still pumping, guys. I think this will be a major trading opportunity that I do not want to miss out on, and I think you do not want to miss out on this trading opportunity either. So this is absolutely something very good to know, and we are right now reaching this descending resistance. It is quite amazing to me to see this. And as I said previously, well, these are the facts. So just to get a little bit further, let's take a quick look. I'm just a little bit excited due to the fact that we're seeing this pump, but as well, let's take a quick look at the RSI. So on the RSI, we are creating a beautiful, we're almost heading towards a small bearish divergence on the 1 hourly. We are actually experiencing right now a bearish divergence on the 1 hourly. So this is important to know, guys. We are seeing this, let's take a quick look. We are seeing this lower high, but we are seeing a slightly higher high on the RSI. So this is for sure a bearish divergence. We are seeing a higher high, lower high on the chart. So we would like to see a further increase on the chart. So this is not a bearish divergence anymore. But clearly there are some people here who are right now trading on XRP for sure, because this candle seems to be unstoppable. We have seen a lot of momentum towards the upside, and this is just in the first 20 minutes of this hour. Therefore, if we do see further increase during the next 30 minutes, we could see a major candle taking place over here. So this is for sure something I think quite incredible on XRP taking place right now, and the breakout would mean heading once more towards the $1.10 range. So for sure important to monitor this move very closely. Let's take as well a quick look at the money flow on the 1 hourly. On the 1 hourly, we still have plenty of space towards the upside, so this is not concerning me at all. And we are not seeing, we are seeing a small bearish divergence as well here. we are seeing well, lower highs, and we are seeing as well, for the very first time, lower high, higher high. So but I don't think this is significant. It is on the 1 hourly, so that is for sure something important. Loving to see the comments down below. I'm all in, lol, XRP. Yes, well, XRP is absolutely pumping. It's killing this market right now. So for sure, I'm all in on XRP as well. But I am waiting for this 1 hourly confirmation. For sure, after this live stream, I will be entering a trade. Perhaps I will be doing it during this live stream due to the fact that I do not want to miss out on this opportunity. This being said, I would like to actually take a quick look at the 4 hourly time frame, and as well I would like to take a quick look at the RSI. Perhaps we are seeing anything that is well, holding us back on the RSI, but so far so good. We are not seeing any type of, well, higher low on the higher high on the RSI, lower low on the chart. It does look actually very good, and if we see further continuation, what is very important to me is that we still have plenty of space towards the upside before being able to break out above the dotted line. So this can be a potential major move towards the upside. XRP is looking very healthy to me right now. As well, if we take a quick look at the money flow, I would like to see what we are seeing. Well, we are seeing a decline. We are still seeing major movement towards the upside possible, and we are not seeing any type of bullish or bearish divergence on the 4 hourly. This does absolutely look marvelous to me, and I personally think that it could perhaps be right now the perfect point in time to see a major increase towards the upside, breaking out above the $1.10 range and heading further perhaps even towards the $1.14 range. This is for sure incredible, guys. Well, I will be back in just a few minutes to discuss XRP, but for sure I would like to discuss ETH. ETH, very important crypto to me. We have seen, well, new all-time highs lately. What I think is quite unfortunate is that we broke down below this major ascending resistance that we were seeing. Perhaps on the daily time frame I can draw it as well. Let's take a quick look, guys. Well, yeah, I think this did not went unnoticeable. We did see this major ascending support. Well, I'm sorry for this drawing. I know it's not perfect, but you can clearly see that we were, well, finding support on top of this range, and we did not see a breakdown below it for quite a long time. Well, perhaps we have to draw this just more like this to have a better view. We did actually see a breakdown for a small while, but we did immediately go back up, find support on top, and right now we are seeing clearly a breakdown below this range. Very important to me so far, because if we do see, like right now, a further decline in price action, I think that is actually quite likely. Well, yeah, for sure it is pumping as well right now, but let's take a quick look at what the scenarios are, especially because we are creating a lower low in comparison to our previous ones. So let's take a quick look at what we are currently seeing. I will be starting actually by placing a Fibonacci retracement from swing low on the daily time frame towards swing high, and on the daily time frame you would always like to select the candle bodies, but as well the wick of the candle, because they are very significant on the daily time frame. So we are right now trading in between the 0.382 and the 0.236 Fibonacci. For sure right now it looks very good on the daily time frame, because we are starting to create the very first higher low. So this is very good to know. This looks absolutely marvelous on the daily time frame. And if we head towards the 4 hourly time frame, let's start discussing the market a little bit more closely. So yeah, for sure I would like to actually start on the 1 hourly time frame to take a quick look and if we are seeing any type of pattern taking place right now. So this being said, let's start placing a few lines. Well, I can clearly see we are not seeing any type of triangle. But perhaps if we take a quick look, sorry guys, sand is pumping too. Sand, let's take a quick look. Sand Sand has been pumping, yeah. Whoa, whoa, Ethereum has seen a major move towards the upside. This is incredible, guys. Let's take a quick look. This is a major pump. This just occurred several seconds ago because we were still inside of this pattern, if I wasn't wrong. And right now we are seeing this major movement towards the upside. So whoa, this is actually shocking to me. We are seeing a major move. Guys, I'm sorry for this inconvenience, but I would like to see XRP right now, and I would like to see where we are heading towards. Well, yeah, I think it is actually quite likely that we will actually be breaking out above it. So I will be placing just this minor trend alert to see once it breaks out above this descending resistance. So yeah, sorry for that, guys. I needed to place a trend alert just to stay tuned to the possible scenario. So, well, let's call this a falling wedge, what we were seeing on Ethereum. Why are we calling this a falling wedge? Well, yeah, on the 1 hourly time frame, we have seen multiple touch points below this descending resistance, and we were seeing as well, 2 touch points on top of this descending support. Yes, the underneath us, the descending support is not a confirmed support line yet, but personally, I must admit that I will call this a confirmed falling wedge due to the fact that we are seeing a confirmed descending resistance and we are seeing clearly a breakout taking place. But we could as well have seen a breakdown, a support being found and heading further up or down eventually. Well, all of us know that the target right now above this descending resistance is going to be, well, the range over here, where I will be placing the horizontal ray at $4,414 US. This is our target, and this is as well the beginning of this descending resistance. For sure, possible trading opportunity right now taking place on Ethereum. I personally think that you might perhaps be able to catch still the retest of this descending resistance as a level of support. For the people who do not know what it is once we see a breakout occur, it is most of the times likely that we see a retest of the previous resistance as support and afterwards major movement towards the upside. So personally, if I would be entering this trade right now, I think this is actually quite a great point in time to enter. Why am I saying this is a great opportunity? It's because we were rejected previously on top of underneath this range, and if we take a look a little bit further down in the past, we can clearly see that we were also finding support on top of it. So this would be my entry right now for Ethereum. If you are willing to long Ethereum, my entry would be at $4,174 US. And if we take a quick look at the measurement where we will be heading to, if you take this entry, this would be a 5.7% move or increase in price action on Ethereum. So therefore, this is quite a good profitable trade if you ask me. And for all of you who are watching, do not forget that you can use the link down below in the description to earn $3,500 deposit bonus on Bybit. So for all people who are willing to purchase cryptocurrencies and start trading, do not forget to use the link down below, because this is only applied for first-time depositors. Let's head further towards the indicators and what they're showing us right now on on Ethereum. So if we take a quick look, the MACD is looking absolutely amazing. We are seeing a continuation of the increase in the MACD. As well, if we head towards the 4-hourly time frame, we are heading towards a crossover. So this is actually looking very good as well. The crossover on the MACD, this perhaps will mean that we are heading way further up, that we are actually going to reach our target. Once we see continuation of momentum towards the upside, we will eventually see a crossover and even more momentum afterwards. So the MACD does actually look very good to me. Take a quick look at the EMA ribbon. Well, the EMA ribbon is serving as a major level of resistance where we are actually currently right now retesting this range. So very important range to break out above. That is actually above the $4,305, but I personally think this is something you would like to, well, take a look at so far. So clearly major movement towards the upside. And as well, let's take a quick look at the EMA ribbon on the 1-hourly time frame. On the 1-hourly time frame, we are right now retesting the EMA ribbon as a level of resistance. Very important to me right now, because if we do actually break out above it, find support on top of it, it is likely that we will be serving as a level of support afterwards once we see further continuation towards the upside outside of this breakout that we are clearly seeing of this falling wedge pattern. This does look very good to me. Well, this being said, I would like to take a look at actually something I think is even more interesting, and that is the RSI. So if we take a quick look at the RSI, guys, well, you can clearly see that we are seeing as well over here almost a bearish divergence taking place. If we do see further growth on the RSI, for sure we will be seeing a bearish divergence. Why is this the case? It's because we will be creating this lower high, higher high on the RSI. So once we see this RSI right now increasing in strength, it would mean that we will start getting created a bearish divergence, something we do not want to see right now. But for sure it's just on a 1 hourly time frame, and this could perhaps mean that we are just going to see a minor decrease and afterwards further increase taking place. So right now I'm not concerned at all about the RSI on the 1 hourly time frame. What I think is absolutely good to know is that we still have plenty of space to see a breakout above the dotted line, and therefore any type of major reversal in price action is not likely to occur so far. If we take a quick look at the 4 hourly time frame, it does actually look very good to me, and we are not seeing any type of bullish or bearish divergences. Well, a slight bearish divergence, very similar. You can clearly see it's at the same point in time we are creating a lower high and we are creating a slightly higher high on the RSI. So this is something you would like to take into consideration. But personally, I think if we see further increase in price action, we will also see a further increase on the RSI, and the bullish divergence won't be there anymore. So clearly looking very good to me on the Ethereum chart. For all of you watching right now, do not forget to give me a thumbs up down below if you're liking the content so far. But most importantly, if you want me to actually take a look at a cryptocurrency of your own choice, do not forget to place the comment down below, and I will be highly appreciated to take a look at it. Also, if you are right now taking a look at this possible trading opportunity on Ethereum, you can clearly see that we have lost quite a lot of momentum right now. So personally, you can enter this at 4,174 with a stop loss being placed at this point in time. I would say at 4,108. That would be my personal approach to this trade. I would actually enter here and place my stop loss at 4,100, but I can clearly sell to you that I personally think that this is actually as well a quite good opportunity to enter a trade at 4,140. I think it is likely that we are going to see a wick during the next 1 hourly candle, all the way reaching towards this range. I'm not saying that it will be breaking down below this descending previous resistance. Clearly right now we would like to find support on top of this range, but I think it is likely that we are heading towards the 4,140. So this is perhaps a better entry, and you will be also gaining even more. So something you would like to perhaps consider. And what my stop loss would be, well, it depends a little bit, but my stop loss would be placed here, I think personally, at 4,088 instead of 4,108. So yeah, this is something you would like to take a quick look at. As well, let's take a quick look. I'm not seeing anyone actually placing comments below about what cryptocurrency they would like me to take a look at, and therefore I would like to take a quick look at what we are seeing over here on the charts. And let's take a quick look, which cryptocurrency will I choose. Let's say we will take a quick look at Matic. So this is Matic compared to Bitcoin. This is Matic compared to the US dollar. Well, let's take a quick look at what we're seeing and what we could possibly expect during the upcoming hours on Matic. So this is for sure very important to me, and for all people who are watching right now, do not forget to give me a thumbs up if you are liking the content so far. So thank you very much already. So on the 1 hourly time frame it looks like this. On the 4 hourly time frame, I would like to take a quick look at what we are seeing and if we are able to place a descending resistance with multiple touch points. So on the 4 hourly time frame it is a little bit more difficult, I'm seeing right now, but perhaps we can take this descending resistance even further away from us. No, it's not willing to work. Let's take a quick look, guys. Perhaps even further if I take it like this. No. So there is clearly a descending resistance, but the touch points are not, well, completely adequate right now. But let's take a small discussion about this range. So I purchased quite a lot of Matic at $1.47. That is also the range I talked about on my channel. I've been talking about this range as a major stronghold of support. You can clearly see that if we take a quick look at previous data, we were able to find support on top of this range for quite a while. So therefore, I think this is a great possible, well, a great moment to purchase more Matic at this point in time at $1.47. And clearly, if we take a look at even older data, we were rejected, we found support on top of it, we were rejected. So this is actually, we have seen a lot of touch points on top of this range at 0.618 Fibonacci, and therefore I did purchase more Matic at $1.47. What I personally think has been quite a great opportunity to purchase Matic. Also, this being said, I would like to take a look at what we can expect during the immediate short term. So let's take a quick look by experiencing what the MACD is showing us. The MACD is clearly heading towards a crossover. This does actually look very good to me. What I think is quite important right now about this crossover is that if we do see further continuation of momentum towards the upside, we might perhaps be able to break out above the EMA ribbon. You can clearly see that the EMA ribbon has served as a level of resistance on top of us for quite a long time already. On the 4-hourly time frame, we have seen as well multiple touch points trying to break out above this range, not being able to. So if we are right now actually going to see this breakout above the EMA ribbon and as well the 0.5 Fibonacci at $1.61, it is likely that we are going to see further continuation heading towards the $1.93 eventually. So the MACD does look very good. We are not seeing any type of bearish divergences so far, bearish bias indicators. We are seeing that the MACD does look healthy so far, so that does actually not concern me at all. And on the 1-hourly time frame, we are seeing a continuation of momentum towards the upside. What I think is actually quite unfortunate right now is that we are actually seeing this continuation taking place, but most of the times once we see this major accumulation of upward momentum and afterwards an increase, it means it won't be a major increase like we have seen in the past. For example, here we did see this major increases. We did not see like minor accumulations taking place, and this is something we are seeing right now actually. And I personally think it will be actually quite good due to the fact that we are seeing the crossover on the 4-hourly time frame, but I would prefer to actually see to have seen downward momentum previous and afterwards major increase. But for sure the EMA ribbon, the MACD is looking very good, and the EMA ribbon on the 1-hourly time frame is is serving right now as a level of support instead of resistance. Why is this the case? It's because we did actually be able to break out above it, and we are right now finding support on top of it. We have seen this before just a couple of hours ago. Let's take a quick look. This was this morning, this night at approximately 4 and 5 o'clock. We were able to break out above it, but eventually we did see a rejection taking place. So do actually take this into consideration, that it is likely that we are going to see an increase, but perhaps a decline afterwards. But right now, we must admit that the 4-hourly MACD does absolutely look very good. Well, this being said, on the 1-hourly time frame, you can actually draw a descending resistance. If we place it like this, you can clearly see that we have seen multiple touch points underneath this range. So this is a very important level, and what I personally think is quite important right now is to be able to break out above this range with the candles that we are currently seeing, find support on top of it and head even further. As I said previously, breaking out above the EMA ribbon on the 4-hourly time frame, finding support on top of the 0.5 at $1.61 and heading further up afterwards. So this is for sure very important to monitor closely. Let's take a quick look at the RSI as well. If we take a look at the RSI, what you can clearly see is that we are not seeing any type of bullish or bearish divergences. It looks absolutely marvelous to me. What I think is important on the 1-hourly time frame is that we still have plenty of space towards the upside before breaking out above the dotted line. Therefore, if we do see right now further continuation of momentum towards the upside and an increase in price action, it is likely that we are actually going to be able to do so. So we are not expecting any type of resistance on the strength indicator. We still have plenty of space to see further growth. On the 4-hourly time frame, let's take a quick look at what we are seeing here. Well, on the 4-hourly time frame, it does look actually very good as well. We are not seeing any type of bullish nor bearish divergences. So currently, I must admit, Matic does look absolutely marvelous. We are seeing major growth, and yeah, well, I just have to say that this does not concern me at all so far, and especially because we still are right on top of the 50 range on the RSI. We still have so much space to break out towards or see further increase on the RSI before breaking out above the dotted line. Therefore, I think if we do see right now a continuation of momentum, a crossover on the MACD, and eventually as well a continuation on the RSI, it is very likely that we are actually going to reach the $1.75 range outside of this pattern. Well, outside of this descending resistance, being able to find support on top of it for a while, on top of the 0.5 Fibonacci at $1.61, and creating eventually a leg towards the upside, heading towards the $1.75 during the upcoming hours. So for sure, very healthy. I think before Friday we might be heading towards the $1.75. So this is something you want to take into consideration so far. So for sure, this looks very good on Matic. And once more, I would actually like to take a look at the comment section. And if you want me to discuss a cryptocurrency that you are holding right now on your portfolio, do not forget to place it down below in the comment section, and I would highly appreciate to take a look at it. Also, let's take a quick look just temporarily at a few other cryptocurrencies. If no one is actually placing a comment below, I would actually like to take a look at Cardano, but you can also place a comment below. It will be appreciated actually, so do not forget to place your comment if you would like me to discuss a cryptocurrency of your own choice. Well, Cardano, we have discussed this cryptocurrency for a very long time in this YouTube channel. I'm actually quite a true believer on Cardano. I personally think it has a major potential, and especially once the new update will come, I think there will be for sure well, more interest and more people actually purchasing this. And I think especially right now, I think it's very, very, very undervalued. I must say that if we take a quick look just over here at Cardano, what I think is important is that if we take a look especially at market cap, well, you can clearly see that we have been in a downtrend on market cap, especially on the we have been in a downtrend on the market cap so far. I would like to zoom in a little bit. Wait a second. Where is the, oh, there it is. Let's take a quick look at the past couple of months. So yeah, here we are. The start is the 2021, the 15th of March, and until now. So right now is this point in time. And what you can clearly see is that, yeah, we have been in an uptrend. We have created a higher low on the market cap. So that is very good. We are been in a downtrend so far. We could clearly see that this happened priorly as well. And what we have seen as well priorly is that once we see, well, not that much volume, there is a point when we see a reversal getting created and a major increase in market cap. That is something I think right now is currently occurring as well. We are seeing as well clearly on the chart a decline in price action. The market cap is as well way further, but eventually we will see a further increase for sure. So right now on Cardano, I think it is actually quite an incredible time to purchase. I've been purchasing a lot of Cardano lately because I am a true believer that we will see a major explosion or a major increase in price action, and for sure that is something I do not want to miss out on. And for people who are right now, well, have not invested in Cardano yet, well, you have to take this into consideration. Let's look at the market cap, look at how it's currently performing. It does look very similar to what we have seen before, and most of the times we did see a further increase afterwards. And if we take a look at the other period in time instead of this but the prior, you can clearly see that before, especially here, let's take a quick look. Well, this was what we were seeing previously. Here, here, for example, if we zoom in a little bit, well, this was way further in the past once Cardano did not have such a large market cap, but you can clearly see that here we did accumulate and exploded afterwards. So I think we are just right now seeing a downward accumulation on the market cap, and therefore I think Cardano has still a lot of potential. If you do not agree with me, please place it down below in the comment section. I would highly like to know your personal view on Cardano and what you are right now, well, thinking about this cryptocurrency. Well, this being said, let's take a quick look at what we are seeing on the 4-hourly time frame. So on the 4-hourly time frame, if we enable the 200-day moving average, you can clearly see that it is serving as a level of resistance on top of us. So the 200-day moving average is the thin purple line that we are seeing, and you can clearly see that it rejected the price action quite a lot of times. Once we tried to break out above it, we got actually rejected, and right now we are trading above the $1.80 level. For sure, I think this is a great opportunity to purchase Cardano. And for the people who haven't seen my live streams before, I would like to discuss the white box. The white box is absolutely important to me. Why is this white box so important? It's especially because if we take a look at prior data, we can clearly see that we traded for quite a long time underneath, on top, above, well, just in between these ranges. We traded for a long time. We found support on top of it. We saw resistance underneath. I mean, it's just a very important level. And what I must know is that if we do break down below the $1.56, I personally think it will be devastating. It will be for sure something very bad for the overall price action of Cardano. But for sure right now, I personally think that we will be actually, holding strong on top of this range. We can clearly see that we were not even breaking down below this range. We did actually see that the continuation of downward momentum stopped clearly on top of the $1.76. We were able to find support on top of this range, and actually I think it has been quite a wonderful ride to accumulate more and more Cardano right now on this range. And I personally think that we will see actually a continuation, perhaps creating a W structure even right now. Because if we do see a W structure getting created, it is very likely that once we break the neckline, let's take a quick look. I will be placing the neckline differently. Just a quick second, guys. I'm sorry for this. If we see a breakout above this neckline, did I place two different ones? So if we do see a breakout, let's say if we do see right now an increase in price action, and we do see a breakout above this previous level of resistance at $1.92. Well, for sure, if we do see this increase, I personally think that we will be seeing a major leg towards the upside getting created, especially if we see this increase and as well further continuation afterwards. You can measure this as a W structure, especially down below. And you will be expecting afterwards a further move towards the upside of approximately, let's take a quick look, 8.6%, also breaking out above this descending resistance. So yeah, this is the best case scenario so far, but I think this is actually quite a scenario that we have to monitor closely on Cardano so far. That it is very likely that we are right now going to see a growth once more, and perhaps breaking out above the $1.92, finding support on top of it, and afterwards seeing further increase on the chart. So that's for sure important to me. This is what we are seeing, and let's discuss a little bit more. So if we take a quick look at the RSI, what you can clearly see on the RSI is that the RSI does look good. We are creating, well, right now it's fine, it's not incredibly well, but we are seeing this lower low, higher low. So we were seeing this minor bullish divergence on the 4-hourly, but I think it doesn't have a lot of influence. But what is good to know is that we are holding strong on top of this range, and I think this did have influence in the price action. So as well on the RSI, we would like to see a breakout above this descending resistance to see further continuation. So breaking out above this range and seeing further continuation on the RSI is actually something quite important. And if we head towards the 1 hourly time frame, let's take a quick look at what the RSI is showing us. The RSI is not showing us anything out of the ordinary, and I think it does look quite good so far. We are not seeing any type, well, we were seeing a bearish divergence. That is quite unfortunate. You could clearly see here a lower high and a higher high on the RSI. Therefore, we did experience a minor decline in price action, but we held strong once again on top of the $1.76. So this does actually look good to me. Unfortunately, we were seeing this minor bearish divergence due to the fact that we were creating a lower high, higher high on the RSI. Well, this being discussed, I would like to take a quick look at the MACD. On the MACD, let's take a quick look what we're seeing. Well, we are seeing a continuation of momentum towards the upside. We were heading towards a crossover of momentum towards the downside. This does actually look good to me, and we are not seeing any type of bearish bias indicators on the MACD, so therefore I think further continuation is actually likely to occur. Especially if we take a quick look at the 4 hourly time frame, we are heading towards a crossover here as well, and this is perhaps telling us that we are actually going to see that increase in price action right now, heading towards a retest of the $1.92 range I discussed previously, and creating a W structure. So this does actually look very good. Eventually, if we do see that breakout above this structure, we will see this leg getting created. Once we break out above the let's take a quick look, $1.92, we will be seeing this major leg getting created. And what is that leg going to look like? Well, let's take a quick look. This is a 8.5% leg towards the upside. For sure, something you do not want to miss out on. And I personally think that it is actually quite likely that we are actually going to create this W structure underneath us. So I will be entering my trades. I'm already inside of a trade on Cardano. I did enter a trade at $1.73. I'm still inside of it, and I personally think, yeah, well, let's take a quick look in which direction we will be heading towards. But I personally do agree, I personally think that we will be seeing a major trend reversal getting started, and as well exponential growth on Cardano as we have seen previously. I just think that this is a level of downward accumulation and that it's really undervalued so far. So if you are right now actually purchasing crypto, I personally think that Cardano is a great choice to, well, purchase those. Well, this was the last thing I wanted to discuss during this video. Well, if you did enjoy, do not forget to give me a thumbs up down below. It will also be highly appreciated. So thank you guys to already give me 5 likes, and I hopefully will see even more likes at the end of this live stream. And if you want me to discuss something else, do not forget to place a comment down below right now before I will be ending this live stream. Otherwise, I would like to wish you a pleasant day, but before doing so, I would like to take a last quick look at what we're seeing on the Bitcoin chart. So on Bitcoin, I did not open up the right chart, so sorry for that. On Bitcoin, we were seeing on the daily time frame, very important for the people who did not join the live stream from the very beginning, we are seeing this rising wedge getting created on the daily time frame. We have seen multiple touch points on top of this ascending support, multiple touch points underneath this ascending resistance. And what I think is very important is that once we see a breakout occur, it will be a very significant breakout heading all the way towards the 99,000 US dollars. So for sure on Bitcoin, we have to be very careful, and let's take a monitor very closely at what we are seeing, because the 38.5% move is coming is forming itself inside of this rising wedge. But as well, if we do see a breakdown, it will be a major breakdown, and therefore we would like to hold strong on top of the 51,300. I thought, let's take a look, 51,354 US dollars. That is the 0.618 Fibonacci at approximately this point in time. and therefore if we do retest this once again, find support on top of it and see increase afterwards, I think it is absolutely high likely that we are going to head towards that breakout I discussed right now of 38.5%. So thank you all for watching. I really appreciate you being here, and if you did not, sorry guys, and if you are not subscribed, do not forget to subscribe to the channel for sure. So thank you very much for all of you and all your support, and have a nice day.